Hello guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to use switch cases in your PHP programming. Switch cases is also one of the conditional statement in PHP, and generally you can use switch cases if you have multiple conditions to check. So let's see how we can use switch cases. So for example, I have a variable called number, and I initialize this value is equal to 1, and I want to check whether this whether the value of this number is 1 or not, or whatever. Okay, so I can use it using I can use switch cases to evaluate that. For example, I can write switch, and then it should be switch like this with a keyword switch, and then it ends like this. So I already told you that whenever you want to evaluate different condition or more than one condition, you can use switch cases. So we have case in switch like this, and we can evaluate this case. But first of all, switch cases takes an argument whatever you want to evaluate first. So for example, I want to evaluate the value of number, and on the basis of this value I want to decide some messages, for example. So I can do it like this: switch case 1, and this should be colon, and then I can just echo this echo, and I can write number is 1. Okay, and then I can just break this switch cases whenever my condition is met. I can just write break keyword for that, and in the same way I can evaluate multiple conditions. For example, 1, 2, 3. Here I will write 2, 3, and I can just save it, and let's see what is the result. So I just click this switch.php, and the result is number is 1, right? So you can check multiple conditions using switch cases. So if the number, for example, I assign this number a value of 2, then I should see this message, right? I will just refresh it, and number is 2. In a similar way, number is 3, save it, and number is 3. But for example, I provide some random number here, 344, then what should happen? Nothing is happening right now, because no condition is met. That means you cannot uh, print any result. Okay, so you can just catch this condition, which is no condition is true, by using this keyword default. Okay, and this default says that if none of the above condition is true, this default will be executed, right? So I can say number not found. Okay, and then let me make it a little bigger, little bit smaller, so you can see this, and I will save this, and now when I run this, it says number not found. So this default is like else condition. When none of the above condition is true, then this message will be shown. And it's not necessary that this switch case will only work with your numbers. It can work with for example, uh, the string values. So for example, I want to show some grade of the student. Okay, and for example, this grade is capital A, right? And in here also I can just provide capital A, and in the same way capital B and capital C. And if student get capital A, here I will just echo excellent, and if he gets V, I just echo very good, and if he gets C, I can say need improvement, for example, right? And in this default condition I can say no grades found, right? So right now I have assigned grade is equal to A, but I need to pass this variable as a condition here in switch cases, and then when I save this, you will be able to see excellent because grade is A, right? Now for example, I want that if grade is capital A or small a, I want to print excellent. Okay, so I can achieve this by writing something like this: A, small a, and capital A, case small a, case capital A. But in between these two cases, there will be no break sign. So what this break does is it evaluate the condition, and for example this condition is true, it prints the message, and it breaks from this statement and it goes to the last, right? But whenever you don't provide any break, then your condition will go here, or your program will go here. It will see that the grade is A, but not, there is no break, so it will jump to the second condition, and it sees that grade is capital A, and it will print this, and now it sees that the grade the there has been a break, so it will go out of this statement. Okay, so this is also, you can say, it's a replica of OR. So if grade is small a or capital A, you will print this message, right? So you can say whenever you don't provide any break statement in between, it will jump to the directly to the next case, and these two cases are considered to be in OR condition. Case A or capital case A is true, then this will be printed. In a similar way, I can just use this and small b, and here small c, right? Save it, and I will provide, for example, small b. Let's see what happens. I can see very good, right? So if I provide small b or capital B, I will see this message. But the condition is you should not provide break in between these two cases. So in this way, you can use switch cases to evaluate multiple conditions in PHP. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and bye for now.